Hello, everybody. Terry Hardin, Disney's legendary Imagineer. I've appeared in a plethora of things: Ghostbusters, Men in Black, Dune, you name it, I've done it. Feel free to Google my name, Terry Hardin, to learn more. First of all, I'm going to give you a disclaimer. Here comes the disclaimer. Our regularly scheduled program will be deferred today for a rant by Terry Hardin. If you're wishing for joyful Disney chats like we usually have, forget about it, because today Terry needs to rant. Those of you who don't want to hear her rant, please go on to a fun-filled channel. We understand. Thank you for subscribing. Hi, everybody. My name is Terry Hardin, and as I said, I'm Walt Disney's legendary Imagineer, and you may have heard my father went to the hospital. Well, now he's out, and oh my goodness, am I in HELL. Not because of my father, but because of the systems that I've had to deal with. How can I say this? Systems in healthcare that I've had to deal with. And the first one I want to talk about is, why is it after you have done your hard-earned living, your hard-earned working, your hard-earned job, you've paid in because you worked and worked and worked so that you can later have options to being taken care of in your old age. Yet when you go online to ask for these options, Medicare being one, they make it so flippin' difficult. All I could think of on Friday, well, I took not 1 hour to help my dad apply for Medicare, but the entire flippin' day. That's right, gang, the entire flippin' day. Now, my dad right now is at home, and what they did, this hospital, is they couldn't find a bed for my dad in another place. They couldn't find a convalescent hospital bed based on my dad's insurance, okay? Let me tell you one thing. My dad is almost 90 years old. He has Medicare. He has the supplemental. He has all of that, yeah? But he thought he had Medi-Cal. He doesn't. So immediately, I was urged to get him on Medi-Cal, which he thought he was already on, okay? All right. Now, my father, number one, is like many parents. So think back, guys, if you're my age, 65, or maybe you're in your 40s and you have elderly parents. It's possible. And you're trying to tell them how important it is for you to be on their information so that should they become incapacitated, you can help them. And that's when you get the "you're the daughter, I'm the parent" speech. I get it from both parents. So I let it happen. Well, for the first time, my dad's in the hospital, my mom's in a convalescent hospital. Now I'm stretched like that cat that's stuck on your windshield. That's me. Now I've got to race because my father finally said, "Hey, you're right. I need your help," which is okay. It's fine. I love my dad, and I'm there. I'm a friggin' bulldog when it comes to this, guys. So this is the thing. I am a bulldog. But the first thing they said is, you got to get to Medi-Cal. And I'm like, okay, how do I apply for Medi-Cal? And they said, just Google it. And so I Googled it. Okay. In fact, lady sent me a link to, what is it called? Covered California. I'm in California, by the way. So if you're not in California, this all may be Greek to you. But Covered California. Well, Covered California wanted me to sign up before they would even, on the website, before they'd even talk to me. I had to sign up with Covered California. Do we, one, know that Covered California is going to take care of Medi-Cal for my father? No. And here's what else happened. Once I signed up, they wanted him to sign up for Covered California and Medi-Cal. We don't need Covered California. He doesn't need. He's a vet. He is covered through the veterans. He is a dyed-in-the-wool, decorated veteran. So as a veteran, we don't need Covered California. We have the VA, and the VA knows my father. So do you think I wish I could have gotten him to the VA? But I couldn't get him to the VA because the ambulance wouldn't take him to the VA. It was too far away. So they took him to the nearest hospital. Not their problem. My problem it became. Because now we're in a hospital that doesn't know my father, and so they start to diagnose him based on what they see. Thank blank for blank. But if he had gone to the VA, he would have been fine because they know my dad's records. Are you getting this? Why am I telling you this? Because this is going to happen to you at some point in your life. There's a very good chance this is going to happen. And you may go a little nuts with some of the behaviors of these people. And I want you to know that's okay, guys. That's okay. You got to go a little nuts. You got to be the bulldog. In my case, you've got to be the dragon. I designed the dragon's lair in Paris, which is why everybody calls me a dragon. Mother of dragons, actually. Okay, so you got to be a dragon. This is no time to be polite, guys. This is no time to be polite. You have to be the advocate for your parents, even if your parents kind of push back a little or a lot, okay? So my dad's in the hospital. They cannot find a bed through convalescent hospital based on the insurance because my dad, at the time, does not have Medi-Cal. As we speak today, he still doesn't have Medi-Cal, okay? Took me the whole day with him on Friday, not because of him, but because of these crazy websites that I kept thinking to myself. I kept thinking, what if I'm an old person and I don't have anyone to sit next to me and help me fill out the paperwork? Most likely I'd give up. And that's what you feel they want you to do. After you have put so much money in, this is your right to have Medi-Cal and Medicare because you've paid into it. You've paid into it for years. This is your right. This is my father's right. Yet they make it so difficult because why? I can't help thinking they wanted me to give up. And that's when the gauntlet is thrown down. And you have to ask yourself, are you going to let them make you get so upset that you give up? Or are you going to pick that gauntlet up and fight? Because this is offensive. This is offensive. And so I got offended. How dare you try to keep me from getting what my father's right is? Seriously. So I do have a friend I can ask about Medicare because I'm Medicare age right now, 65, but because my husband is still working, I'm covered under him. That's another story. This is not about me, but I called him up and I said, listen, Covered California wants me to sign up for Covered California and Medicare. I don't need that. He said, well, I don't know really what to tell you. It's probably okay. I don't like the word probably, guys. It needs to be definitely okay. Don't waste my time with Covered California if I'm going to get to the end of the form and find out it's not the form I need. So I went back to Google. Google listed a few things, Covered California at the top. Finally, I found something called benefits.org, I think it's called. Correct me if I'm wrong, but anyway, I clicked on that. All they do is help you with Medi-Cal. Yay, I say. But you got to sign up with them too. I'll tell you, this sign up stuff is baloney. I don't like being the member of 50 million things who then fill your email box with stuff you don't need to hear, right? Anyway, I filled out the forms there for Medi-Cal, sat with my dad, ran everything by my dad because they even, see, this one is so good with Medi-Cal. They even ask if you're having someone help you fill out the form. Oh my God, a sharp pencil in the box instead of one that's not even been sharpened at all. Okay? So that way I could put in the information that I, his daughter, was filling it out for him while he was talking to me. Okay? Dad, here's what I said. Do you agree? Yes, Terry. Because he's trying to get well. He's trying to get well. This is really not the time to be applying for Medi-Cal, but I've got to because I need someone to watch after him if he needs it, or if he wants to go to a convalescent hospital. Newsflash, he'd like to go to the one my mother is in. Why is it so difficult? I don't know. And I can't ask why because it will make you insane. All right? Okay. So Medi-Cal papers finally filled out. Did it take an hour like they promised you? No, because it took probably a lot of hunt and peck trying to find the right Medi-Cal. I'm telling you, this benefits one, I think it's called benefits.com or benefits.org, is the one you got to go to. Okay. If you need to apply for something for your parents that they, for some reason, didn't really do, start here. Okay. Don't go to Covered California unless they need extra Covered California. okay? Because it becomes a mess. With Covered California, because it's not the enrollment period, something has had to happen to you that is a dire thing, like you lost your job or something. Okay, this does not apply to my retired father. But you can't talk to a machine, can you? You can't say, but wait, right? Ay, ay, ay. I have to tell you, just so glad I found this site. Put it in. Now I'm waiting to hear their response. Who knows how long that's going to take? But I'm working to be a Smokey the Bear, meaning I'm working to prevent a fire that could happen as opposed to chasing to put one out, which was my week last week. Trying to find a caregiver to look after my father, yet they didn't know if my dad was eligible for a caregiver because they gave him hospice care. And here's that word, hospice. Okay, hospice is wonderful if your family member is dying. Okay? So what this brilliant hospital did with my father is they walked in and they spoke to my dad and they said, look, we can't seem to find a bed for you under your present insurance, but you've qualified for hospice care. So my dad heard the word hospice, and then like Charlie Brown, he heard want, 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 home. And my dad said, I'll sign up for hospice because I want to go home. Now ask yourself, wouldn't you? Isn't that your goal when you're in the hospital, is to go home? So he signed the papers. I have no power, remember, at this time, so they didn't consult me, nor should they have. But my dad gets hospice care. Now, those of you who've had hospice and need hospice understand how wonderful they are when they help you and your parents because your dad or mom or family member is on the way out. They're there to soothe you, console you, give you spiritual advice and help if you need it, everything you need if the person is dying. Here's the rub. My dad's not dying. I've been there. Yes, my dad has congestive heart failure, but we are dealing with it with the VA. And could I have taken him to the VA, I would not be going through this HELL. Okay? But now I got to deal with people who are talking to me like, Terri, understand. It could be 6 months. It could be a year. Shut up, I say. Shut up. Seriously. Close your mouth, open your ears, and listen to what I'm saying. He's not dying. He's getting better. Stop telling my father and me that he is when it's not true. You got the wrong guy in the wrong place. You got a fox in the henhouse, guys. Get the fox out. This is what I said. I actually had to have a fight with the doctor on Friday. Not a knockdown, drag out this kind because it's all on video call. But I had to keep saying, please stop, please stop, please stop to the doctor who was in that smarmy voice. First of all, stop talking to me in that smarmy voice. Okay? Second of all, listen to what I'm saying. Don't tell me what I'm saying. Okay? And third of all, test my dad. Okay? But I had to be an absolute dragon, breathing fire on this fool to get him to listen to me. To get him to ask questions, not tell me. I said, look, dude, the Utopia cars at Disneyland have a track, and we get that the track goes the same way every time. So there you are in hospice care because 99.9% of the time, this is how you roll because this is how you need to roll. But you got a man in the wrong place at the wrong time, and so now we got to fix it because my dad's getting well. The doctor says, well, of course, we're not going to talk to him like he's dying. You are right now, fool. So please stop. Just cut it out. Don't talk to us like this. So on Saturday, that was Thursday, on Saturday, they finally got it. And this is based on, you may have heard you got to say things several times before it sinks in the heads of people. Like, for example, if you send a flyer, it usually takes you 7 times for the person to see that flyer before they act. Now, this is the average person. But these are some marketing techniques. If you're going to send a flyer, you should send it 7 times because it usually takes the normal person 7 times before they're going to act on it, if they're going to act on it. So this is what you got to do with people when you think they are not listening to what you have to say and they're just telling you what they want you to, what they feel. It's that, hospice manual, Utopia car, remember, it's on a track, does the same thing. Okay. So you have to keep telling them over and over and over again. So finally on Saturday, we had called the nurse. I'm not going to get too graphic, but we had called the nurse to come see my father, and his physical therapist came. Now, we were told by hospice it was going to be range of motion. They weren't going to really give him physical therapy, so please use the words range of motion. Otherwise, the hospice people will say, we don't do that. So I used those words. Okay, fine, range of motion. But luckily, I got this amazingly young and wonderful physical therapist who I spoke to her and I said, please do me a favor and ask my father what he can do. Can you raise your legs? Can you twist to the left? Can you twist to the left? Can you sit up? Can you, blah, blah, blah. Oh my God. Is it because she's young? Is it because she's in her 20s? Is it because maybe, I don't know. But she listened. Ah, the angels sang because she listened. She said, Mr. Hardin, can you show me your movement? My dad rolled to the left. My dad rolled to the right. My dad lifted his legs. My dad turned with effort and sat on the edge of the bed and looked up at her. Oh my God, says she. This is not what my report said. Duh. You see what I'm saying, guys? Duh. Okay? Oh my goodness, she said. Oh my goodness. Can you stand? My dad says, yeah. She says, no. Don't do it by yourself. She put a walker in front of my father, the classic walker, the standing walker, not the rolly seedy walker, not yet. She showed him how to put one hand on the bed, one hand on the walker to help him use the bed for stabilization as he stood up. He stands up. Then she told him to put his left hand on the walker. He did. Now we're going to sidestep so that we can get to a commode that's right by his bed so that he doesn't have to push all the way to the bathroom just yet. Okay? He sat down. He was fine. Then she says, you ready to get up again? He said, yes. She says, okay, hand on the walker, hand on the handle of the commode, stand up, put both hands on the walker, sidestep while you're turning, put your legs against the back of the bed, put your hand down on the bed, lower yourself down on the bed, push the walker away, and spin into bed. My dad did it. She said, oh my goodness. He's perfectly mobile, except for that he has to regain his strength. The angels sang. The angels sang for me at that point. Okay? One thing I say is angels take care of their own. And my dad is an angel on earth, so angels are always watching out for him. Thank God. Thank God. So she says to me, I'm going to request they give him physical therapy twice a week. They may not listen to me, said she, but I'm going to ask because he is on his way to recovery. You know how good it feels to have someone tell you they actually have heard what you said when you're fighting so hard? I can't even tell you the words. Then that Saturday, I asked them to do something special for my father, and they said, listen, if he doesn't do something at the end of the day, and I won't get graphic, I'm just being very good because it's a public channel. But at the end of the day, we had to replace that which we had removed. And the nurse told him she spoke to him directly into his face. She looked at him, not this crap. She looked at him and she said, I'm feeling something, and we need to put this back. Okay, because otherwise you'll damage your kidneys. I'm sure you guys could connect the dots. So now he is recovering very well. On Sunday, he stood while they changed his bed linens at his home. And then today he was sitting up at 8:00 in the morning when I called to check on him. Today is my day to go through the mounds of paperwork I have, including getting medical records for the people at the VA, because surprise, trying to do this on a Friday when most people are trying to cut out early just doesn't work. So notes to you who have not yet done this, try not to do it on a Friday. And if you do it on a Friday, do it before noon, because after noon, all bets are off. people take off, people don't answer the phone. It's just the way it is. And you can't be angry about it. You just have to know it's Friday. Also, understand that if your parents are in the hospital, Saturday and Sunday is the B team and sometimes the C team. So you're not going to get a lot done with a team that comes in to stand in for the A team, which is Monday through Friday. So try to get as much of your work done as you can for your parent on the A team days, which is Monday through Friday, which is why today my entire day is taken up with this craziness. Okay. So you see that my rant has gone on for 20 minutes, and this is because I needed to get this out. I was hysterical on Friday. I was losing it. I got to tell you something. Security question, okay? So I'm going to do a security question. Most of the stuff I filled out at home and then didn't push the go button on the application for Medi-Cal because I wanted to run all of the answers through my dad. Because it's my dad actually agreeing and signing. I am the hands through which he worked. And so he needs to be aware. For one thing, he's not an invalid and he's not incoherent. He's perfectly thinking man. So I want him to know what I'm putting in the paperwork. Okay? It's only right. Because I've told him, if he gives me this power, it's not to take power from him, it's to aid him when he needs it. And he finally has agreed. That I thank the gods as well. I thank God as well, not the gods. I thank God as well. Angels have finally come down and had a conversation with their angel, and so Dad has granted me this. Thank God, okay? But here's the thing. So now I am hysterical because in this form I'm filling out, they ask what his favorite meal is, okay? What his favorite meal is, spaghetti and meatballs, all right? Just as an example. Spaghetti and meatballs. I type in spaghetti and meatballs with spaces in between, okay? And a red flag comes up and says, please don't use letters or numbers. Please don't use anything but letters and numbers. And I'm looking at it and I'm like, what is the problem? I type it again. Why is it not reading it properly? Okay? My husband hears me screaming in the other room. Thank God he's working it out from home. And he looks at it very calmly because this is when you need other eyes on something that you've been banging your head against. And my husband says, you can't have spaces. So why didn't they just say, type it without spaces? Why did they say use only letters and numbers? My husband says, I don't know, but you got to put spaghetti and meatballs, but all together. Like the old days when you had to do it because spaces threw the computers off. Obviously, this is the news days, and it worked. But I couldn't believe it, guys. I mean, really? So this is what I'm talking about. Can you imagine being an older person than me and trying to figure this out when I am age 65? I'm looking at it going, gee, many Christmas, So that's my day-to-day. That's what's happening to me today. That's my rant. I appreciate all of you who are here to listen to it because I want you to know that this is something that could happen with you, and please don't let it keep you from doing what you need to do to protect yourself or your parents. If you find that you need to apply for these things that are your right to apply for, please don't give up. Because those websites, I think, are meant to make you stop. Because if you don't apply for the money, guess who gets to keep the money? And that's just not fair. That's just not fair. My father's not going to take what he's not entitled to, but I want him to have what he's entitled to. And if I'm entitled to it, I want it as well. So was my feeling all day on Friday. And then on Saturday, I got to talk to people who were intelligent, people who understood, and people who began to realize there's a fox in the hen house. My dad should not be under hospice. So together, I hope we're going to work to get him well. He may not even need to go to a convalescent hospital because now I've finally got people who are understanding. Now, I should also mention that my cousin stays with my father for most of the time. All I need is this tiny window during the day when my cousin works and when I'm trying to get stuff done. But now we've paid a caregiver to watch over my father. I did it for Thursday and Friday because I was hysterical. I had all of this stuff I had to run around and do. I couldn't stay with my dad, nor did I have the confidence that I should stay with my dad on that Thursday and that Friday. Luckily, we had somebody, because angels take care of their own, somebody who told me about a caregiver that I could hire. But this caregiver is $1,000 a week, and I don't have that kind of money. I wish I did. I just don't. And my dad doesn't either. Okay. We just don't. Okay. Maybe someday, it'll be different. I keep hoping for it, but I'm an artist. I'm a hard worker just like y'all. An extra $4,000 a week? $4,000 a month? But this woman was very lovely. She is very lovely. And she agreed to do 2 days. It's about $350 for 2 days. About that, maybe a little less, but just for sake of argument. So I paid for those 2 days for Thursday and Friday because I needed someone. I needed someone with knowledge. I needed this caregiver. I needed her. And she came at a drop of the hat. Not a lot of people will do that. She came at a drop of the hat. She was there before I was off the phone. That's how good she is. And my father said to me, if I wanted to, for peace of mind, because I'm scrambling to try to find out if he's entitled to a caregiver. And again, all I need is 7 hours. I'm not needing 24-hour care. I just need 7 hours. The rest is covered. Okay. She came, and then my dad said, listen, I'll pay for 2 days. Let me reimburse you for these days. So what I did is, instead of have my dad reimburse me, we used those for today and tomorrow, which buys me a little more time. As soon as I get off of here, I'm going to beat feet to find out what my dad's benefits are, because I've been shut out. Now I'm finally being let in. And I'm also going to get my dad's medical records, blase, 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 blase. Won't bore you with the details, but there's a bucket load of paperwork that I've got to go through. My days are numbered. Can my art, hold on just a second. I hate to do this, but this is Terry. Hi, John. Are you at the house? Okay. Okay. I am not there, but Gigi is there. Okay. Call me after, will you? Okay. Thanks, John. Okay. Bye. Nice of him to demonstrate. John is my dad's nurse. So forgive me for picking it up, but that's why it's here, because I have to be, they're starting to talk to the bulldog. I mean the dragon. They're starting to know that that it ends and begins with me. So they're starting to talk to me. Here's the thing. When you can convince your parents to allow you to be signed on to help them when they're not, people talk to you differently, even when they are completely coherent, because they know you're next in line. It saves them to talk to both of you just in case. So another thing for you all to know, because this is not just about me today, guys, nor is it ever. This is why my channel, Terry TV, exists, is to help you see windows into things that I go through. My brain may be a freeway, but I'm going to put you on it occasionally. And when you can convince your parents to let you help them in case they're incapacitated or worse, people talk to you like you exist. Are you following me? Instead of, oh, why am I talking to you? You have no power. Let me talk to your dad or your mom. Now they talk to us both. I'm kept in the loop, and they address me with respect. So this is something else that the reason you've got to fight for if you're going to be the one that helps your parents, okay? And now I'm working to get the official paperwork in place, but they know I'm working on, they know I'm working on it. So they're already talking to me with authority. There's the example right there, Nurse John. Okay, so there we just demonstrated how he called me first. Are you going to be there? I'm going to be there in a half hour. Can you come? I said, no, just call me after, because we have a caregiver there with my father right now, and she's very qualified. So he'll call me after, tell me what he's thinking, and then I will give him a piece of my mind as usual. So this is why it happens this way, guys. Please understand that when your parents don't want to give you something like a POA or anything like that, please tell them. It not only benefits them by having another person allowed in the room, so that if they can't catch everything, there's another set of ears that can. Two sets of ears is better than one set of ears, especially when you're trying to get well. Okay? So that's why I'm saying this to you today. That's why I'm choosing to rant. I'm not making it the Happy Mickey Mouse Day because I really thought this was important. And when you are someone who broadcasts, I feel you have an obligation to your audience. And my audience is quality audience, okay? I don't have 1 million followers. I don't even have 100,000 followers. I don't even think I have 1,000 followers. But the 1,000 followers I have, are quality. You guys are USDA choice. I love you guys to death. And the other thing about you is you all matter. 100 followers, 200 followers, 2 followers, and a chicken doesn't matter. If you're going to broadcast, you guys matter. This is why Terri TV exists, because I'm here not only to tell you about me, but to help my trials and tribulations, of which most of the time my life is kind of fun, and share it with you. Tell you that if you keep going, if you want to do something that you love, keep going, don't give up. Walk through the door of opportunity, worry about how to fix that, how to meet that opportunity head on after you've gone through the door, stuff like that. But today, I just feel like if you will be in this position if you aren't there already, and I want you to know, I hope some of this helps you. I hope some of this helps you to fight for yourself or your parents. Because this is ridiculous, guys. This is so ridiculous that you have to fight so hard for something that is your right. Okay? You were promised that if you put in the money from your check and didn't spend it, because businesses are obligated to contribute to this, that you could be taken care of it later in life. So they're making it challenging. They're making it difficult. They're not making it easy. Why? Because I feel they want you to give up. Because every time you give up, they get the money. And I'm going to give you a little side story here. You may or may not have heard from the Department of Treasury at some point. The Department of Treasury may have reached out to you at one point and said, hey, we've got some monies that for some reason has not made it to you, but we've noticed that they're yours. So if you go here and you apply for these, instead of just sending it to you, I don't know why, if you apply for these, we'll send you the money. Okay, so you go to the Department of Treasury. This actually happened to me. And maybe you find 11 open-ended checks for like a penny, 2 cents, 11 cents. Maybe you get lucky and it's $1. Now, I'm not saying all you out there won't go to the Treasury and find something that's like really substantial, but I want to talk about the stuff that appears to be unsubstantial, okay? If I may, for you. All right? Okay. You want to apply for that penny. All right. Yes, it's stupid. It's going to cost them more to send you the check than it is to just, but can you imagine if 1 million people say no? 2 million, 3 million, 1 billion people say, it's just a penny. Have you ever seen The Jerk with Steve Martin? If you haven't, you should check it out for this one scene. He becomes a millionaire because he creates a program to take this half a cent that nobody cares about. It ends up being several $1 million. So please, guys, take that extra effort. And it's not going to be easy effort, but take that extra effort to get that penny so they don't get a gazillion dollars off of you. All right? I know it sounds insane, doesn't it? It sounds insane. Okay, enough of me. I want to hear what you guys have to say. And then I'm going to take off and take care of my dad. Okay. All right. And remember, patreon.com/Terri Hardin. If you really want to get into the grit, we don't always talk about this, but today I did. I really talked, true grit because the tribe has been taking such good care of me. Thank God. But patreon.com/Terri Hardin. I would love for you to go there and I'd love to hear your voice. Your voice needs to be heard. Frank Cohen says, my mother believes strongly that a patient needs an advocate. You are a marvelous advocate. Thank you, Frank. And thank you for joining me today. I know you're busy too. It has happened, and you are correct. It's a maze that no one has the solution. The only way to get through is you must use all your resources. You're doing the right thing by putting it out there. And I just want you guys to know, that's all. I just want you guys to know. And I have your back. Okay? I have your back. This is why Terry TV exists, is to help you with stuff. And if you ever, during my Ask Me Anythings on Friday, want to ask me anything, and this is why I did this today, this rant, which has nothing to do with Disney, because sometimes we're kind of Disney centric. It doesn't mean we're Disney centric. It's just that a lot of people like to talk Disney. Please, if you want to talk another movie, if you want to talk Westerns, if you want to talk your passion, if it's cameras, cars, sports, I don't care. We'll talk about anything. Okay. So I want to urge you on Friday, if you want to ask me anything, ask me anything. That's what it means. Okay. I am one of the channels that I know, many people who tell you how to get more members on YouTube say you got to focus on one thing. This channel, I'm not doing that. I can't do it. Okay. I want you guys to know what you need to know, no matter what it might be. So I hope those of you that follow me understand this, and I appreciate you subscribing. Thank you. Mwah. Okay. Where are you? The setting is beautiful. I'm in my office today. Usually I'm in my studio, but today I'm in my office. Yeah. Over here is my favorite Western. This is Good, the Bad, the Ugly, signed by Clint Eastwood and Eli Wallach, who I met a while. A painting we bought before this artist became absolutely off the charts, and some puppets from my mentor here, because I am a world-class puppeteer. Yeah, that's where I am. Terry, a good rule of thumb, says Bob Burdine, is always look for .gov. This means it's from the government, and the others may be just advertisements. No, also on you, Bob has a good point here, guys. Very good point here. But also, if it says ad, avoid. Okay, avoid. So I know that much. I'm not savvy when it comes to. I'm not as savvy as I'd like to be. Let me say it that way. I'm not as savvy as I'd like to be on the internet and surfing the net, because I'm 65 and I really am better face to face. Okay. But we got to do what we got to do, don't we? You can't just put your head in the sand and ignore this, because it exists. So that's another message to people older. If you don't text, learn how to text, because texting is magical. Okay. And it helps you talk to younger people, because younger people text. Okay. I know you may not love the smartphone, but do your best to understand and use the smartphone, because places like Disney, they're becoming smartphone centric, and it's really annoying. I'm annoyed, and I know how to use a smartphone. Okay. It's just, you can either stick your head in the sand, or you can try to progress. And understand, if you're going to try to progress, if you're older, don't try to eat the whole frog. Just nibble a toe off. Try texting, or find out what an app is, or have someone show you how to make a call. Simple, easy. It's okay. That's how I started. And then I had a coach help me with social media. I had someone who took my hand, because you got to with me, and step by step helped me. And I'm very slow. I warned my coach, I'm very slow, and he's very understanding, and he helps me. So that's, you just, if you want to be on the internet and you want to learn stuff, don't bite off too much. Do it at your pace, even if your pace is molasses in January. Okay? So sorry what you're going through. Hopefully things will start to get better soon. Joseph, the thing is we call this the dry run. Okay? Luckily, this is a dry one for the future, and I'm getting things in place that I've been trying to get in place for years with my family, and finally my parents are following through. So for all of the pain and agony, it's worth it. Okay? It's worth it. I know it can be a pain in the go Leo, but try to remember you're blessed to still have both your parents. Oh my gosh, this is not try to remember. This is remember. This is why I've got to constantly remind the people of hospice to get off that Utopia track. Get out of the car and do your own walking, fool. Because this is not, what you think is on the track is not my dad. Okay? Because you're right, Leo. I appreciate having both of my parents. I thank God that I have both of my parents. Okay? I have a really long lifeline, and so do they. So I'm very lucky. I'm very fortunate. But you're not going to tell me something about my parents if it's not true. Okay? You're just not. Don't let people do that. During your broadcast, my daughters came to check on me and heard you. We all came to the conclusion, after knowing you so long, you have a humongous heart. And that's one of the things we love about the tribe, and love about you being you. Thank you, Bob. Thank you. Thank you very much. And thank you for driving out yesterday just to give me a virtual hug. I really appreciate it. I really do. Leo says, here where you can see and talk to them, how many of your peers no longer have that? Yes, exactly. 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 But I'm not lamenting. You need to all understand, I'm not complaining about having to do this for my parents. I'm just getting sick of the walls I'm hitting. Okay? I don't think this is fair for my dad. I don't think this is fair. My mom is in a convalescent hospital, and I've got a social worker there that is an angel on earth too. And she said, Terry, you look to your father. We'll take care of your mom. When you come Tuesday, we'll have the papers in place you need. Done. Okay. Why can't it be that easy? I don't know. But when you will drive yourself insane if you start to ask why certain things are the way they are. You just have to be head down, butt up, and fight, fight, fight. And that's why the dragon is out. That's why the dragon is out. The dragon is out because I'm not giving up, and I'm going to keep going. Okay. Don't give up. Don't give up. Don't give up. And my best friend, who has been so sweet and so kind, because she's waiting desperately for me to get her illustrations that I thought I was going to get her 2 weeks ago, but then all this happened, just simply said, we must not give up. Hearing that from my best friend, instead of being chastised for not getting her what I need to get her, was the greatest gift at the time that she gave it possible. The other gift was from a tribe member from Terry's tribe who sculpted this for my birthday. This is my little dog. This is a sculpture of my dog, Rocket. And to see that, and when it came just at the time I needed to know that people have my back. And my tribe, $5 a month, is the people that have my back. And I'm so grateful for them as they are grateful for me. So guys, I hope you understand my rant today. I hope that you will forgive me my rant today. I hope you will listen to my rant today. You will share it with someone who needs to hear it. But the bottom line is, be the dragon for your family. Be the dragon for yourself in these situations. Don't let these websites make you feel like you're an idiot, because they seem to try to do that. Just take a breath, have a coffee, have a drink meaning like water or something. Get up, walk a little bit to clear your head, and then get back down in that chair and keep fighting. The last thing you want to do is give up, because that's what they appear to seem to want to do. Okay. Also understand that not all doctors and nurses, it's not about doctors and nurses being bad, being against you. They're for you. 99% is for you. But the hospice people have a manual that they follow. Page 1, comfort the family. Page 2, assure the family you're going to be good. Turn the page. Page 3, prepare the family for death. It's what hospice do, because that's what hospice is for. But when hospice gets someone like my father who's getting better, you got to kind of shake them up a little. That's all. You got to take the car off the track and say, row your own boat, son, because this is a different situation. And now I've got them doing that. I've got them doing it. It took me 4 days. What did I say about the flyers? You just got to keep doing it. So I hope today that you got this from me, that you understand this from me. I love nurses and doctors. I am grateful for nurses and doctors. But the ones for hospice care have fit in a track, and so I had to just shake him up a little so that he realized this was a different situation. This is a fine doctor that I have with the hospice. He is a very, very good, dedicated doctor. After I spoke to him the way I did, he turned to my father and said, Mr. Hardin, why are you on oxygen? My dad said, I don't know. So they took him off oxygen and found out that his oxygen level in his blood was the same. Doctor said, I don't get it. Got rid of the oxygen. That was 5 days ago. You see? They send him home on blood thinners. The doctor said, Mr. Hardin, why are you on blood thinners? My father says, I don't know. So they did a few tests. My dad doesn't need to be on blood thinners. Guess what they took him off of? You see what I mean? You see what I mean? Now this doctor decided, after I begged him, this doctor is taking his own tests. He's doing his own blood test, his own urine analysis. He's doing everything on my dad, so he has his, get it, own information. So I just shook him up a little, that's all. I shook him up and told him, please take your own tests so you can make your own evaluation, because I'm not trusting that hospital anymore. I'm not trusting. I think they may have done a few things they shouldn't have done so that they could get him out because they wanted the bed. This is my opinion. Please understand, Terry TV means Terry's opinion. So don't freak out. Don't think I'm dissing anybody here. You'll know when I'm dissing them, believe me. You'll know, okay? So as I leave today, I just want to thank you all for listening. I want to thank you all for understanding and for putting Disney on the shelf just for today so that I could cleanse myself and I hope help you as well. All right? Guys, do something nice for someone else as you've allowed yourself to do for me today. It'll make you feel a whole lot better. And I promise Friday's Ask Me Anything won't be hospital-centric, okay? I will let you know how my dad is doing, but he's progressing really well. Today, he was sitting up before I even made the phone call. And this, to me, is a very good thing. So I want to thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's see. Some of you before. Here we go. Congrats on being such a great patient advocate. And then Bob says, Leo makes a good point. My wife's mother's birthday is today. She passed away 12 years ago. So today is not a good day for my wife. And Rose, I'm thinking of you. I love you, my love. But think of the good things. I don't even need to tell you and Bob this. Just cheer yourself by thinking the wonderful things about your mom. You know, today's my sister's birthday and we're not speaking. So ouch, right? We all have ouches, right? But think of the good things. Think of the happy moments about your mom, and that'll help a little bit. It's not going to heal it, but it'll help a little bit, as you've told me before, Rose. It's a duty someone must take on, and no one better than the terrier like Terry. Yes, here we are. You guys, I love you guys. You make me smile, so I love it. Yeah, deader. Yes, I get it. I get it. I love you guys. You are. Let's see. You are right. The protocol can be very frustrating, and that's the main thing I wanted to share with you today. Is the behaviors of some of these sites that say they want to help you just feel like they want you to walk away, and I don't want you to do that. There were times I had to step away. Step away is different from walking away. I had to step away so I could breathe and get my head back together because it could make you so angry, and you don't want that to cloud your thinking. Also, if you ever find yourself going head to head with anybody who doesn't seem to be listening to or taking your what you're trying to say in account, try to refrain from swearing, okay? Because the minute you start throwing the F-bomb or swear words at someone like a doctor or a nurse or somebody, or even, anybody, their brain starts to shut down and they never hear what you're saying. So as much as you really feel the need to maybe throw out a curse word here and there, work on your own best self not to do that so that they don't label you as someone who's hysterical. That's my other piece of advice. Because boy, I came close. And then realized that they would label me hysterical and not listen anymore. And what is your goal? For them to listen, right? So that's what I'm saying today. So there you have it, my love. Bulldog determination, the dragon in the house. And I love you all so much. Thank you, Michelle. I love you guys. So for now, guys, I'm going to sign off. I'm going to come see Ask Me Anything on Friday. And now understand that Terry TV means ask me anything on Fridays. Anything you need, okay? Don't think I know I'm a bit Disney-centric, and I know sometimes, a lot of times that's what it's all about because I'm a Disney Imagineer. A lot of those questions go that way, but that doesn't mean you can't ask whatever you need or you want to change the subject. We had this situation on the tribe because there was one of the tribe members who says, I don't really have anything to say about Disney. So I said to her, what do you have to talk about? And she was talking about being a nonprofit and some of the things she needed as a nonprofit and what she was striving for as a nonprofit. That is what I want. Talk about what interests you. Okay? Even if I'm talking about something that seems like, try not to get in that rut, because in the YouTube rut, if I may say so before I go, people talk about one thing, how to work a Cricut machine, or how to be better, get more followers on YouTube, or how to do a YouTube video, or what camera should you buy, or how to take pictures, or traveling, and they are that specific. And that gets them a lot of followers. I will agree. But I am different. I've never been someone who can follow the track. I try, but I'm not that person. If I end up being that person, it will be a playlist or a different channel entirely if I decide to make it something that is all about that on the channel. But right now, all of it's up to you, okay? All of it's for you. I'm going to sign off now. Oh, wait a second. Oh, I don't have to. I can call him back. Okay. I thought it was a nurse again. So just listen to the ring. I love you. Know that I'm here for you. You would be surprised what the tribe can do when it comes to support and problem solving. Bob's absolutely right. So understand, Terry Feet TV is about what you want to talk about, okay? And we will talk about it. So next Friday, don't feel like it has to be about Disney, theme parks, rainbows, unicorns. It can be for whatever you need, okay? Whatever you need, all right? That's what Terry TV is about. And I'm going to share with you experiences like this because I feel it needs to be heard. I feel it's my obligation as someone who broadcasts live, all right? Okay. And we'll talk soon. Okay, we'll talk on Friday. You are like a tactless vehicle, Terry. I know, sometimes. So thank you for trackless. So Michelle, you got me, girl. Hugs and kisses, everybody. Be well, and I'll see you Friday, okay? All right. Mwah. Be good. Thank you.